Hello, this is Frank Orlando, and I could be coming up to a point where I'm homeless on the street or not able to control my personal belongings. So I'm going to go ahead and try to save this book, the memory of this book, since I won't be able to make any more copies and it could all be thrown away. So I published a book called Roadkill: Poetry of Bad Smell. And so at least it will be somewhat in video of it, and it will have to be republished later on or something. So here we go. So this is July 8th, I guess, on Monday, I guess, at 10:10 a.m. I have a mental health problem that I admitted to, and I may not be in control of my personal belongings. So I'm going to go ahead at this time and record this and read out. This is the front page. Frank William Orlando. Irv, Confusion, I'm Not the Same, and Drain are written by Frank Orlando, writer and publisher of Roadkill: Poetry of Bad Smell. Dad wrote Irv, my father, Frank William Orlando Sr., in 1974. So according to Irv, he gave me a poem, was given to him by my dad. Sister, Olivia Hart, which is formerly Olivia Orlando, wrote Confusion. So this was an old P.O. box that doesn't exist anymore. Special thanks for technical support from Mike Barnes, who worked at Hillsborough Printing with me. This book was published at Hillsborough Printing, and it's possible that Hillsborough Publishing, who was hosted by Jerry Provenzano, could have some rights to this book that was unknown to me. But I think they did this all as a favor. So Glassland. Glassland is a Forrest poem. Signpost ahead reads, "Welcome to the glass planet. The land is foreign, yet looks familiarly man-made. It is dark and cold, but the walls and floors seem illuminated. It's big. It makes you feel like a mouse in a maze. The floor can go vertical, up and down, and all around, and yes, indeed, you're in a maze. As you walk on the bottomless floor, you just hover from one place to another. You see through the illuminated walls where you might want to go, but wonder if you're going to get there. The frightful creatures in this unnatural land there are red hearts, green clovers, and purple diamonds, and many other predators. Pray your lucky charms they don't eat you like peanut butter sandwiches. They see you, you see them, and thank your lucky charms they have to work as hard as they can. All you want is your native land where the sky is blue, the land is green, and the sun sits up like a green, big lemon lollipop." So in this poem, Grassland was a poem, a dream that I had as a 10-year-old, 8-year-old kid when I lived on North Bay Street in Tampa. And I had a dream, and basically the creatures were cereal. We used to, Lucky Charms it had a commercial that went along with it. And I guess I had a dream of a glass planet, like a moon, where you could walk through it. It wasn't like you just walk on the outside. It was glass walls and stuff, like an artificial planet. That's all. Okay? Next poem is Burning Down the Idol. Burning down the idol. It burns. It burns. It burns the plant because of the rage inside. I burned the plant that needed so much tender, loving care. It must be fed with special food that mixes with water you give to it every night. Needs filtered water and needs filtered water and full sun. It's almost died before I learned it to sustain its life. The plant was your gift to me. I hated the plant. It needed so much care, but after you had gone, it was all that represented our love we had. A time went on, the plant grew strong. In the same way to me, the plant represented hope for you and me. Although our love was almost dead, in my mind, a little flicker of love that might once again could grow strong. In the same way as the plant regained life after almost dying, in a fit of rage and jealousy, I burned the plant to release us of this pipe dream. But I was damned. Everything burned, the pot, the dirt, my fingertip, but not the plant. A few days later, the plant shriveled up and died. This is B1 Dildo. And I want to say it's kind of X-rated. And if you're a child, you should not want to hear this one. Blindly go forth, young one, and gather fruit from Mother Earth. Drunken and stupid, you play the harmless game. Blindfolded and holding your breath, you hope to bite hold of the fruit that lays beneath the murky water. As you take the nesty plunge, you bite hold of the fruit. Yes, oh yes, congratulations is in order. You are the grand prize winner for plucking that indigenous oblong shape that sits between your teeth. What can it be? A dildo. So blow, young one, blow, for that is what destiny has for you. So in this poem, B1 Dildo, it's just an X-rated. I have to explain that at the time I was watching a lot of movies about Jim Morrison, and so basically I never used drugs, psychological. I was just drunk, and sometimes I would write offensive things while inebriated with alcohol. I wrote anytime I had something to take myself mentally there. It does not make me a great writer. It means me a drunk writer. But I still turned it into poetry, and some of it is offensive, and I apologize. But in my attempt to look and admire, at the age of 25, I was really inspired by Jim Morrison at that time. And Jim Morrison was a belligerent, drunken fool at times. And I guess I decided to try the same thing. Where am I? Tell me, is the next poem. Where am I? Tell me, is there anybody there? I say again, is there anybody there? It's dark at high noon. I feel I am burning in heaven. I am downtown in Los Angeles and all alone. It's sunny, but I am all wet. I am up. Can't get down. I want to take a shotgun to my head and reach my nirvana, but I must have courage to stay in pain. It lasts my mind, but unremembered everything. Going faster right where I am, where it gets right down to it. I can't escape where I am. I do believe I'm losing my mind. Okay. I don't really remember my... that poem, Where I Am, Kurt Cobain had just shot his head. This poem was wrote right when he shot his head, and the world had announced on MTV and everywhere that he had just killed himself. I was a big fan of Nirvana, and unfortunately he chose to do that. As a Christian, it is a sin to kill yourself. You cannot kill yourself. Otherwise, I'd probably join him like a few of the others. I was so stupidly following him. I now look at grunge, possibly he was looked at as the king of grunge. I would say my love I would probably give it to Lane Stanley, actually, or Chris Cornell. They were all equally really, really good, but at the time he was really, really looked at as the king of grunge. And at that time I would say he was probably my favorite musician. But I admire people who don't take their life, okay, honestly, because that's the same rule I have to try to live by. Also, one more thing, as maybe Courtney did kill him. Who knows? But if you sing about killing yourself, then that's not a healthy idea. Then your fucking lady, I'm sorry, I'm cussing, then your wife can take your life. If you sing about taking your life, then and he sure did, then your wife can take your life. All right. Looking in. Looking in. A prisoner from within. No bars on this prison. So much pain within, ripping from inside out, blood flowing red, and no one's around to help you out. Face it, you are entered the unknown mine and traveled 10 light years in Twilight Zone, and no one hears the screams from within. Millions of humans walking around and still of solitary mind. It's so cold from within, 110 degrees outside. I don't remember this poem. I don't have a story to go with looking in, but it's a poem I wrote. Okay. I'm gonna end this. This is part 1 of Roadkill Poetry of Bad Smell. Then I upload it to YouTube.